Hi everybody. So today we're going to be making one of my personal favorite cocktails of soft drinks. It's something that I like to call Element, and that's because all of the ingredients here are based on the 4 elements of the Earth. So, and in case you Captain Planet fans out there are disappointed that I included heart, heart is not a real element, so get over it. Now the first one I have is Pepsi Fire. And that is Pepsi's new flavor, and it has a lot of cinnamon in it, so it makes it kind of spicier. It basically tastes like Big Red. And that's for fire. For earth, I have root beer. Now I personally like to choose bars because it has more of that earthy feel to it. And that you could use any root beer you want. It doesn't really matter, but I personally like to choose Bargs. For water, I have Diet Mist Twist, because mist, water, kind of same thing. Also you could do Mountain Dew, because Mountain Dew and Sierra Mist are essentially the exact same title. And the important thing is not really the flavor, it's more of the ingredients, the titles. So it doesn't really matter what the flavor tastes like. We're only going off of what the drinks are called. And I had a really hard time finding something for wind because, unfortunately, there's no sodas out there, at least in my area. I've searched every store in my area, and I could not find something with breeze in the title or wind. So instead, I chose Cough Drops. We have Halt's Breezers. That's the closest thing I could come to it. And you can choose anything that has breeze in the title, but whatever you do, do not choose Halt's, regular Halt's, because breeze is very important, and if you chose something else, you ruined the entire drink, and you defeated the purpose. And with that said, here is our main ingredients, and I'll begin. So, first of all, we'll start with Fire, Pepsi Fire. It's got that cinnamon scent to it. Just put a little bit in our measuring cup here. That's about right. And we'll put our earth into this drink. There we go. Root beer. Now we'll do water for Diet Mist Twist. Something fell in the drink here. And there we go. Okay, and now for the halts, we're not going to put the whole things in there because by the time that actually happens, we will have lost the fizziness of the soda. So, I don't know, just grab a handful of them. It's about good. Now for the part that's going to take a long time, unwrapping, just put them in this little mini coffee grinder I have here. Might take a while, but that's okay. Putting cough drops in it will also be good for if you become sick while you drink this. It'll be a nice thing to soothe your throat. Go. See in there. And we just let it be a fine powder. Nope, no, there's some more chunks in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's like candy. It's like Fun Dip right there. Okay. Now I have our little measuring cup here, and it's very important to put 1/3 of a cup in there. Very important. That makes it a fair thing. It's okay if the counter gets messy, because we'll clean up afterwards. And put a little more in there. So get more cough drops out. Oh yeah, that smells like berries right there. It smells like sick day at Grandma's house. However much does the trick for you guys. For me, I prefer a third of a cup because I feel like that really brings home the drink. Make sure you get all the loose powder out. Okay, there we go. That's about... There we go. Now I'll put that in the drink. And... now we just mix it up. This could get a little messy, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. It's looking very, very good. And if you want to add a couple more ingredients in there, just put a little more fire. Not too much. More beer. Let's twist. Or fire, earth, and water. Should be a fine drink right there. Okay. Now, we like to have these ingredients that represent the elements, but it's good to put the literal elements in there, so we're going to include some real fire. So just light a match in there and extinguish it. If you want to do 2 matches, we could do that too. Okay. There we go. Now, since the drink was kind of hot after that, we will have to put this in the fridge. And we'll let that cool for a couple minutes. So in the meantime, you can put on a little Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay, we'll go check on our drink. Okay, that's nice and cool. Okay, so we had fire, literal fire. Can include a little wind. Literal wind in our drink. And it's good to have some literal water, so we'll just do a little. There we go. Kind of baptize this drink here. There we go. Mix it all up. Should be a very, very fine drink. Okay, so earth. We have wind and fire for our drinks, and we also have fire, water, and wind, literal, but we need a little more earth, so I like to have a little ground paprika. Not necessarily as an ingredient, just feels kind of earthy, but you know, I've been watching a lot of Kitchen Nightmares recently, and according to Gordon Ramsay, it's very important to have presentation as one of your priorities in making a fine cocktail. So we'll just put a little ground paprika, gives it a very earthy feel to it. Okay, mix that all up. There we go. Now, finally, get to pour this in here. Oh, there we go. And of course, it's good to wash your hands. Oh, sure, dry. Okay, now let's do the taste test. Well, it's not the best tasting drink, but flavor really isn't the priority. As I said, it's really just the ingredients here that matter, just the flavor, not the flavors, the titles. So I think this drink turned out just fine. And if it feels incomplete to you, you can always drink it while watching The Fifth Element.
And he's got something to say with all 50 billion Caribbeans out there. Pop it, D-Man.
Or you can even experiment with alcohols. You can use Fireball as your fire. You guys can be creative. You can do whatever you want when making this at home. This is one of my personal favorite drinks, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you.